Ben, sorry, we'll start with team selection. Are you convinced this is the best team to take, given the crop you got?
Yeah, all the various things that have happened, and a few guys ruled out with injury and playing for the Flying Fijians. You pick on form, and the 12 players are the form players. Yeah.
What were the reasons for having?
Domalai got a grade 1 MCL knee injury in the Coral Coast, so he trained yesterday and tried to train this morning, and he's still hobbling around and just wouldn't be fit for Dubai. So if we get injuries in Dubai, then I think he might be available for Port Elizabeth, but injury ruled him out. And Eli, well, with Eli, he's, I've got a lot of time for him. He's a very, very good rugby player, but we need to look at our discipline on and off the field, and it's just as important. Eli's got some work to do off the field, be more professional, and I hope that he looks at that and attends to it and improves, so that when he comes into camp in January, I see a different Eli tonight.
Pio Tuai, surprise choice, coming back after more than a year away.
Yeah.
You think he'll be able to cope with the pace of the game now?
Yeah, I wonder if the opposition can cope with Pio. Not surprised to me. Surprised that he's been out of the national squad for this amount of time, on and off. But he's back now, and it's no point in looking back. I want to extend his career. I want to look after him physically, and I want to get him to the sort of form that made him every team worry about him. So thrilled for him, and he's another good leader in the team to help Osea out as well. So great.
It's interesting choice as captain for circling.
Again, I think if you spend time in camp and see what he's doing on and off the field, he's leading by example and action and industry, and he's a good role model for them as well. So I'm very pleased with his captaincy.
So what was the overriding criteria in picking this team?
Form.
Given that we've got people like Chuta Takumbu,
yep,
and Tinai, and
yep,
the boy from Nandi Rabobo.
Yeah, it's on form. You need a good balance in the team, and those guys have fought hard. I look at it on and off the field. And Chuta was unlucky in as much as he's competing in a very competitive position, hooker mainly, and when you've got Leo that can play there, Benito that can play there, and new cap Jonah as well, knowing that Samu can also play a hooker, that's probably about the most competitive position, and Chuta's definitely of international standard, and I'm sure he'll fight hard to get back his place.
You've been around the country, you've had a look at some of the talent. What's your view about the Sevens talent in Fiji?
It's the same as it was when I came, really. There's a huge amount of talent here, and some of it isn't given the opportunity to be seen, and I need to make sure that we make the pathways improved, and that's by having a good structure in the clubs, and by me as head coach coming out, or going out to the other tournaments. So whether it's Ovalau or Kandavu, which is this weekend, there's people there that are looking out for me, so that if there's any good players appear, then they'll be brought into training camp.
So looking ahead, Dubai and Port Elizabeth, what's the campaign going to be like for you?
Tough pool. England are a form team in the world, probably the second best team in the world on form behind New Zealand in the last 6 months. It's going to be a tough Friday night. I'm sure the boys will be up for it as well. And Canada were very unlucky in Gold Coast, and I think they'll provide a very, very tough test. And first up against USA, they're hurting from a poor Gold Coast, and they had a hard time with a development side in the Coral Coast, and they won't be looking for anything other than to getting into the Cup. So dangerous to look beyond the pool, especially these days in the World Series. I'm just going to concentrate on us and what Fiji can do.
Vinaka.
Vinaka.